Hello everyone, I'm playing more Spire. Before I get started, I want to say please subscribe if you want more content like this. I play video games like Slay the Spire. I'm finishing up Final Fantasy IV, and that's been fun. I have another game planned, and I don't know exactly what that game is, but I have one planned after this one. I like to talk about mental health things and having ADHD since it's affected my life in a not so positive way. Um, so yeah, if any of that interests you, please subscribe for more. I like to do podcast like style things, and I like to do body doubling things too. Um, I am also a mental health care coordinator, and I'm getting my master's in social work. So yeah, I like to play these to decompress, and I'm playing as a silent again because I love this character, and I decided to just go ahead and play her and do the first ascension since I already went through the second one. And we are determined to get through this. Sorry. Yeah, but I'm on my lunch right now. I have how many more minutes? 30 more minutes before it ends. I'm at home, but after, gosh, for each skill in your hand. Okay. Oh gosh, I don't want to get 18 hit. After lunch though, I have to run back to the office because my supervisor wants to see me. Well, she wants to see me because I wanted to see her. But I didn't know, I didn't know she wanted to do that today though. I'm like, because she's more on top of things in the sense that she's more, I'm just used to, ever since I've been here, it's been such a good experience, management-wise, but I have had very chill supervisors so far, which I've been super grateful for. I was hoping he would die. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this isn't good. But she's not that way. She's more like a, what do you call it, like a restrained micromanager. Like, she knows she doesn't have a reason to micromanage, and she knows that the culture of our company is not doing that, but I can tell, bless her heart, she wants to do that so bad. I can tell that she does want to do that, which, this guy's hard. Oh my gosh. But besides all that, I'm doing fine today. I wanted to talk about, I make this channel, I talk on this channel to let people get to know me and who I am, so that they can see if they relate in any kind of way, so that I can encourage you through anything, and encourage myself through talking through these things. And one thing I deal with, I'm gonna die. Let me just start the run over. One thing that I deal with is this thing called, I don't know if I deal with this, but I have a friend that thinks I do. I'm big on not self-diagnosing, so I'm gonna ask my my brain guy about this, because he's the one that diagnosed me with impulsive ADHD, because I took a test and he was like, oh yeah, you did really well. And by really well, he meant like, I was like, I'm the bad kind of ADHD. Like, oh, you hit like over here. So he was like, he gave me medications immediately. But anyway, it's called, I don't know what it's called. It's this thing I've never heard of. It's, I wanted to post a video where, I look into it and talk about it and things, just in case anyone else struggles with it. Uh, but the best I can explain it, so I've it's like you're resistant against you're resistant against change. Like you've got this inner defiance in you where you don't like for things to change. Like not change, like you don't like for your schedule to be changed. You don't like for things to be changed on you. And I used to be worse. But I'm better now. I say I'm better, but it's like my moods are more stable because of the medications I take. So I'm not in the place where I'm like super pressed about some things. Like okay, a little bit of a story. I hate when people touch my stuff. Like when I say my stuff, I mean I don't mean my stuff. I mean like things that are important to me. Like physical things, not so much, but my stuff. Like when like I'm the kind of person who I do this less so now than often. Like off the clock, I will prepare work stuff for myself before, like get stuff ready, regarding what I have to do because I'm a case manager and my job depends on me and whatnot, and I have my own personal caseload. I don't like it when other people are in my caseload. I don't like it when other people talk to my people and haven't told me about it. And this is me being super vulnerable and candid because it's not super reasonable because they're being helpful, but at the same time, that's what it is. That's what that thing is that I don't remember the name of is whether it's good or bad, you don't like the change, like in your schedule, like whether it's desirable or not. So I wish I could say, yay, I'm on a team, I'm getting all this help, because the people who are helping me they're people who, they're really nice, but they're new and they don't have much to do. So my supervisor isn't really telling me what they're doing. And they're not saying like, oh, well, we'll just do this. My supervisor like puts all the people that need to be seen on a spreadsheet and they just go ahead and go do it, even though I already had planned this week to go see some people. And I really tried to. I'm big on I'm really forcing myself to be grateful because I am. I'm like, hey, y'all are helping me. That's a good thing. But also oh gosh, I forgot I had that card. But the defiance in me is like, please stop touching my, like, it's like something in me, like the adult part of me is like, okay, thank you so much for helping. You are so cool. I'm so grateful to you. But the childish part of me is just like, please stop touching my stuff. Like I have this plan the way that I like it. Please, for the love of God. So every day, like when they tell me like, oh Brittany, I'm gonna they don't even ask. They're like, I'm gonna see these people and all these people. I'm like, okay, you really don't have to do that. Like you really don't have to. Like you really don't. Because and the thing is, like, I have call anxiety and things, so like it helped. That's what the defiance is, even though it's just not reasonable. Like I have not been doing the best job of being on top of my caseload. I have like call anxiety, so it's better if I have someone helping me, right? But for some reason, that defiance thing in me is just like, it's just like, no, this isn't good. Like something's telling me like, this is not what we want. This is this is not our plan. Like this isn't right. That's what my brain tells itself whenever that does happen. And that's because this is the last week of the month. We only have 2 more days left. before the month is out. I just hate, like, I have to, I have to tell my supervisor, like, hey, supervisor, I don't really need any help. I'm good. I'm actually better than good. I can stay on top of my own stuff. Uh, so thanks for the help, but, yeah, let me deal with my own things. Because my other team wasn't like that. When I was on my other team, everyone had a biggish caseload, and, you know, I think I'm just so used to that way where we really didn't have all this help. So I had to, like, it was all on me to just do it, and I was just used to it. Like, okay, I'm gonna see this person, and, like, okay, reasonably, while I'm talking about it now, it doesn't make sense because each of those things came with their own different kind of anxieties because I was anxious about getting everything done. Why did I get that one? Yeah, I was anxious about getting everything done. Done, but hold on, let me see. What are we gonna do here? Oh, it don't work. It didn't work. Let's see if this will work. Oh, that worked. But it makes no sense, right? Because I have anxieties about trying to get all these people seen, but I also have anxieties about, like, that's why I say I personally rather, I've said this more than once, I would personally rather have a lot of stuff to do than have nothing to do. I hate that. And I'm gonna have to tell her, like, hey, I don't need all this help. It's kind of overbearing, both of them in my caseload, trying to see every single one of my people. Like, hey, I know it's the last part of the month, but I need work too. I need stuff to do too, and it's kind of the company's fault in a way because, oh, I didn't know I could go here. In a way, because whenever there are new people, and this is what I went through when I was new, I was bored. I was so bored, I was irritated. It was so annoying how bored I was. Like, it was to the point where I thought about quitting. I was like, if they keep having me doing this for like another month, I'm gonna go. I told my friend, like, I'm gonna quit, and she didn't understand me. She's like, but you don't have anything to do. That's like a good thing. It should. That's the thing. That's like the, I don't know, and that's like the antsiness in me too. Like, I have to be doing something. I was like, I can't do this. I was getting so depressed too, like, because of having a lack of things to do. And now that I'm medicated, I really don't deal with that issue to the degree that I dealt with it before. By any means, which I am so thankful for. Because it was so bad before. He didn't want us like one number off. You gotta be kidding me. That calculated gambled card never really helped me. But like one time. But yeah, it really helps to talk about it before I have to go back. Because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to have the gall to tell her, like, hey, I don't need the help. Because I haven't really proven that I don't, because I'm at 80% and we should be like at 100% by now. And that's like, it feels kind of like a punishment when you're not on top of seeing your people. But at the same time, they want us to get these people seen so freaking fast. They're like, oh, we want you to be at 100. I'm like, okay. So, like, I'm gonna let her know that. And, like, at the end of the month, we have a list of people that we can help. So, I'm probably gonna help with that as well. Thank y'all for letting me ramble about that, though. I know that's not the most interesting thing, but I wanted to talk about that mainly to talk about my it's not opposition of defiance, but it's something similar to it. It's something that sounds similar to it. Uh, oh, not another one. And it really has affected my life. This has also affected my, not as much as my emotional regulation stuff, my ADHD, but in a way, like combined with those things, they have not, it's not been fun. Like, I don't miss being a teenager. I don't miss being a teenager. I don't miss living with my parents because I hated being told what to do. That's literally it. Like, I really need it, and it's so bad, but I hated being told, like, what to do, and ooh. Okay. I hated being told what to do. Um, I mean, if I knew I had to do something, it's like, okay, well, after dinner, I gotta wash the dishes. Also, after dinner, I have to do my homework. Like, it was to the point where, like, and part of it as well is, whatever this thing is that I can't remember the name of it. Uh, it's good things too. Like, you don't like to do good things as well. Like, my parents would want me to watch something with them, and I'd be like, no, I can't. I have homework to do. Like, I have this to do, or I plan to do this. Or even when I didn't realize how much of it was like a thing until like recently. I was like, even when it comes to like watching TV or things with my roommates, I'm like, no, I actually plan to do this tonight. Okay, this is irritating. Yeah, so like that's how far it goes. Like, I remember my dad would be like, for sure, you can. He was like, surely you can like skip school today. And I would be like, no, I can't. And they're like, they really don't want us to. Like, he was like, they care if you skip school one time. Like, he was asking it as a question, like, do they really care if you skip school one time? And I'm like, yeah, they do, which, of course they do, but school is kind of like work, where, like, of course they want you to be there all the time, but when you're an adult and you think rationally, no, that's not gonna happen. Um, that is not gonna be the case in real life, and people have to be okay with that. Like, you have to do things for yourself. And it's to the point also, like, I'm just telling all the stories that kind of stack up the evidence that I have this thing. Um, because it would just line up with, oh, I'd have my own personal rules. Like, no, I can't miss school, or I can't miss this class. I have to do this assignment. Um, this, that, and the third. Just things that didn't make sense. Uh, or I had a friend that thought it was funny that I'd never skipped a class in college because, like, when you're in college, it's just, I mean, when you're in college, you're in college, so it doesn't hurt to skip it. It really doesn't hurt to skip a class once, unless you're learning something really, really important. And I didn't even, I have ADHD, so when I was in class, I did not retain any of the information unless I wrote it down, and barely then. So I think that's a lot of us, but I really just. But I had I knew a girl that, like, she retained the information by being in the class, and she didn't even study for her test. So that's why I'm saying that. It's not for no reason. And she, what was I gonna say? I learned by, like, bringing things, studying at home, studying at the house. That is how I learned. Is this an elite? No, this is... Oh, I'm sorry, I'm so dumb. This is the boss. The actual boss. What time is it? Okay. Okay, that was a good one. But yeah, let's do that point. I feel like I have many stories when it comes to that specifically. And I talk more. I feel like my issues are comorbid with other issues, and I don't really talk about it much. And I think I'm going to do a video looking into it, where I actually look into it and talk more about it and how that might relate to me. Not self-diagnosing, but I'm really, again, I'm really big on not self-diagnosing. I can't stand it when people self-diagnose. Because there are people that go to the doctor doesn't give them the diagnosis that they want. And I used to work in a group home where one of our clients were like that. She just, if you didn't give her the diagnosis that she wanted, or she thought she had, or considered the diagnosis, and you should advocate for yourself, but like sometimes, I don't know, you should advocate for yourself, but it gets to a point. It definitely gets to a point where people are just over diagnosing themselves, or they think things are wrong with them that aren't wrong with them. Like, it's just my opinion. Because I looked up the amount of people that think they're neurodivergent, and it said 50%, and I'm like, okay, you guys, if all of you guys think you're neurodivergent, then there's no such thing as neurodivergence. If it's half and half, then we can't call it neurodivergence anymore. It's just like neurotypical 2 or something. So that term I just do not bode well with. And some things are like, people don't understand that some things are comorbid with trauma. So trauma can actually, I don't know too much about this, don't, you know. Oh, 17. I don't know too much about this, but I should have drank that before. Sometimes trauma can look like neurodivergence. Or it can look like this thing. And also malnutrition can also, like, malnutrition and upbringing can also factor into it too. So there's so many things that factor into being, you know, having mental illness or mental divergence and things, that it's just, when was the last time I fought this crap? But I do want to do more of a video on that, like what I was just talking about before, and people just being careful with that kind of thing. I don't think people know how to tread carefully with it, because I was really big on not saying I had ADHD out of stubbornness, but at the same time, it was because I didn't want to take from people who actually struggle, even though I kind of knew I did, but didn't want to accept it. And like, I'm at the point where, like, I can't really do much about it, because, I mean, I got diagnosed with it, but I'm trying to think what else I've done that's related to that defiance thing that I talked about. This guy is hard to beat. This is insane. Yeah, I've just always felt this, like, no matter, like, I was a good girl growing up, like, just no matter, like, my parents would tell you that, but I've always felt this inner resistance, and I've gotten myself in trouble for it, this inner resistance to, whenever things don't work out either, like, with work and things, like, we have a janky system, and the system irritates me to no end. To no end. Like, ooh, darn it. Like when it's not working well, when it's not doing what it's supposed to do, irritates me to the max. I cannot play this for too long, but I do want to keep talking. It irritates me to the max. To the point where, like, along with other things, I've, like, been like, hey, I'm taking the rest of the day off. Like, I can't do this. Like, I swear, like, the devil knows. The devil knows it irritates me because, like, when I'm doing bad, it just gets worse and worse. And what else? Like, I don't know, like, when our system's down, when it's not working, they want us to keep, working, but most of the work we do is in that system, so, like, they want us to go, like, they're like, oh, you have a call list, just keep making calls. And in my mind, that is logical, but also in my mind, I can't really work. Like, I can make myself do it, but I will get so ill because the system's down, and I still, like, because it messed with my routine. It messed with what I had planned, and it really, really bothers me. It really does. So I don't know if I have that or if it's comorbid with other things, but it's part of the little issues that I have. That one's not as big as others. It really isn't. I would not consider it as much of an issue as other things that I've dealt with by any means. But yeah, I'm about to have to go because I have to rush off. But thank you so much for anyone watching and listening to me. Please subscribe if you want more content like this, or if you find it entertaining or interesting in any way. Thank you again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.